Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. So dear students, we are starting and we will discuss what we have right now today. And so we'll talk about living things are made up of water. Amazing. The above fact is mentioned in Quran 1400 years ago. Do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and the earth were joined together as one unit of creation before we clove them under. Sindh. We made from water every living thing. Will they not believe? Dear students, today we'll talk about the magnetism. So you can see that we have mentioned over here north and south. So let's come and we have to find out what are the facts behind it. Magnets. More than 200 years ago, the Greek found a type of rock which attracted materials containing iron, as it was found in a place then known as Magnesia. The rock was called magnet. Magnet is, or a natural magnet, is also called leadstone. A leadstone is a natural magnet. A magnet can be made of iron and steel. So dear student, we'll talk about the properties of magnet. A magnet can attract magnetic materials like iron, steel, nickel and cobalt that are attracted to the magnets are known as magnetic materials because they are influenced by the forces exerted by the magnets. Magnets can also called as magnetic forces. Non-magnet cannot attract to magnet materials. Materials which cannot be attracted by the magnet are called not magnetic materials. Dear students, magnetic forces of attraction. We know that there are two types of magnetic forces, magnetic force of attraction and magnetic force of repulsion. Now we'll discuss the magnetic pole. Magnets have poles where the magnetic forces appears to be concentrated. A magnet has two poles, south pole and north poles. Magnet suspended in north-south direction. A magnet which allowed to turn freely always comes to rest in a north-south direction, with the north pole pointing to the Earth's magnet north pole and the south pole pointing to the Earth magnet south pole. In this picture you can see that as we attach a string with a retort stand, and we place a compass, so you can see that we can understand easily with the help of the compass the north pole and the south pole. Geographic poles versus magnetic poles. In this picture you can see that the earth is having a very clear picture that geographic north pole and magnetic north pole, and magnetic north pole is indicated with the geographic south pole. Like poles and unlike poles. Two north poles or two south poles are called as like poles. South and north and south. You can see that one north pole and one south pole are called as unlike poles. Like poles always repels. When the north pole of the magnet is brought close to the north pole of freely suspended magnet, the north pole of the suspended magnet turns away, indicating that it is repelled by the north pole of the magnet. Unlike poles attract. When the north pole of the bar magnet is held near the south pole of the freely suspended magnet, the south pole is attracted to the north pole. The force that like poles of the magnet exert on each other is called as magnetic force of repulsion. Testing for magnet. How to determine if an iron rod is magnet or not when given a bar magnet and the iron rod. So in this figure you can see one end of the iron rod is A and attracted to the south pole. Testing for magnet. In figure B you can see that the same end A is unable to attract the iron nails. Testing for magnet. In figure C, you can see when A is brought near to the north pole of the bar magnet, it is found to be attracted to the north pole as well. Okay, we are going to tell you the answer for that. From the observation above, we can see that if an object is attracted to a magnet, it does not necessarily mean that it is a magnet. It could be magnetic materials, like the iron rod above. Repulsion and not attraction is the test for a magnet. It is uncertain whether the rod is a magnet or magnetic material, but Y is drawn to the north pole of the magnet. A rod is determined to a magnet as Y is repelled by the south pole of the magnet. Jazakallah for today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.